Imagine this. You wake up, maybe in Medellin, maybe Vietnam, coffee's brewing, your laptop's open, your office. Well, it's wherever you are that day. That's the digital nomad dream, right? Incredible freedom, exploring new cultures, meeting people, just living life differently. It sounds amazing.
It really does. And that feeling, that exhilaration, is exactly why Joseph Libatique starts where he does in his book. But he quickly grounds it because, yeah, the freedom's huge, but it brings this whole unique set of financial things to think about, stuff you just don't encounter in a typical job.
Right. It's not just about finding good Wi-Fi.
Exactly. It's managing money in different currencies, handling income swings, navigating hurdles traditional careers don't have, really controlling your finances wherever you happen to be.
Okay, so that's what we're diving into today, getting practical about making that dream work financially. We're digging into Nomadic Wealth, Mastering Finances for the Traveling Entrepreneur by Joseph Libatique, pulling out the key, actionable stuff.
And my job here is really to help break down some of the more complex financial bits, connect the dots for you. Elibatique's lived this life, so his advice isn't just theory. It's, practical, tested on the road. I'll help highlight why his strategies really work for nomads.
Yeah, our mission is basically to give you the core wisdom from his guide. A shortcut, maybe, to building that financial stability and independence while you're living life on your terms. We'll touch on some specific challenges he tackles, like how do you actually balance income coming in yen, euros, and dollars? Or those weird financial hurdles only nomads seem to face. And taxes, minimizing foreign taxes.
Definitely. And it's more than just basic budgeting. He lays out a kind of blueprint for building wealth that's actually designed to flex with the unpredictable nature of travel.
So whether you're just starting to think about remote work or you're already out there sending invoices from a beach somewhere, this deep dive should give you a solid, secure way to think about your money. Okay, let's unpack this. How does Libatique suggest starting to build that financial foundation? He kicks off by really validating that dream, that mindset shift away from the 9 to 5, but then boom, straight into the practical, making it sustainable. How does he actually connect that initial vision with, a solid money plan?
Well, a really key idea he pushes is seeing your budget less like a strict set of rules and more like a financial compass, something dynamic. He talks about this rolling average income method, which is super important if your earnings bounce around a lot, like with freelancing. You look back, say, 3 to 6 months, analyze the trends, and use that to forecast. It makes your budget way more resilient. It adapts instead of just restricting you.
And it's meant to be flexible, right? Not set in stone. He talks about planning for fixed costs, sure, but also the variable stuff, leaving room for spontaneity, unexpected trips, that kind of thing. He even suggests thinking outside the box for lodging like room rentals or house sitting, not just to save money, but as part of a budget that actually helps you immerse more in the culture.
Absolutely. And that flexibility connects directly to his emphasis on a contingency fund. He shares examples, nomads hit with sudden medical bills far from home or their laptop breaks. Stuff happens. So he really hammers home the need for an emergency fund, at least 3, maybe 6 months of living expenses. He says it's not a nice to have, it's fundamental. It lets you handle shocks without your whole life getting derailed. It's peace of mind.
Okay, foundation set, emergency fund in place. Then comes the income part, keeping money flowing while you're moving around. Libatique spends a good chunk of time on this. Freelancing, obviously, is a big one. Using skills you already have, writing, coding, design, consulting. The global market's right there.
Right. And he goes beyond just listing job platforms like Upwork. He talks strategy, how to build a reliable client base, not just chasing one-off gigs.
Yeah.
Things like being active in niche online communities, consistently showing your value, that leads to better repeat clients finding you. He also points out how the travel itself can boost your skills, making you more marketable.
And he doesn't stop at freelancing. He explores monetizing your own projects, your passions, which sounds pretty liberating for a nomad. Turning your unique travel experiences, skills you pick up on the road, into actual income streams, like maybe curated travel guides or online courses teaching something you learned in Peru, or even an e-commerce shop with unique finds from your travels.
Yeah, and that's where scalability comes in. These online business models like e-commerce or courses, they can work for you even when you're not actively managing them minute to minute. An online store reaches global customers. A course earns passive income. Libatique stresses setting up systems so you can earn while you explore. That really aligns the money with the freedom goal.
Okay, income streams are flowing, maybe even some passive ones. But then, taxes, the inevitable reality. The boutique tackles foreign tax strategies, which honestly can feel super complicated, especially bouncing between countries.
It can seem daunting, yeah. But he breaks down things like the 183-day rule. He points out it's often just one factor. Other things matter, like where's your center of vital interests, your main bank accounts, professional licenses, even family ties. These can make you a tax resident somewhere. He shows how to manage these factors proactively, and crucially, how to use tax treaties to avoid accidentally becoming a tax resident in like 5 different places.
Tax treaties, right?
Yeah.
He highlights those bilateral agreements between countries. They're literally designed to stop you from being taxed twice on the same income. So if you do have ties in multiple places, the treaty usually clarifies which country gets the primary taxing right. Understand that can save you a fortune.
Exactly. And it's not just about personal residency. He gets into strategically setting up your business entity. Where it's legally based and operates from can really impact your tax bill. Maybe operating your online business from a country with lower tax rates, even if you're personally somewhere else. It needs careful structuring, though. The absolute key, he stresses over and over, is meticulous record keeping. Every income source, every expense. It makes filing easier and helps you optimize later.
Makes sense. So income's managed, taxes are hopefully less terrifying. What about protecting the wealth you're actually building? Insurance comes up next, right?
Oh, yeah. Big time. He basically says international health insurance is non-negotiable. Healthcare systems vary wildly. Costs can be astronomical. You need solid coverage.
And not just health, right? Protecting your gear, too.
Yeah, definitely. Laptops, cameras, whatever you need to actually do your work. He shares stories of theft or damage crippling someone's business. So travel insurance that specifically covers work equipment. That's an investment in your ability to keep earning from anywhere. And for freelancers, he also brings up professional liability insurance protects you if a client claims you messed up. Builds trust, too.
And this goes back to that emergency fund again, reinforcing it.
Yes, because for nomads, especially freelancers with up and down income, it's not just a safety net. It's like a core pillar of stability. That 3 to 6 months of expenses covers medical stuff, gear replacement, yes, but also if a major client suddenly disappears, it's your buffer against volatility.
Okay, buffer in place. What about growing wealth, not just protecting it? Investments.
Yeah, he talks about strategic diversification, a mix of traditional things, maybe stocks, bonds, but he also brings in alternatives that might appeal to nomads. Things like peer-to-peer lending or even, carefully, cryptocurrencies. The idea is finding growth opportunities that aren't tied to just one country's economy, offering a bit of decentralization, minimizing risk, spreading it out globally.
What I found interesting there was his point about geographical diversification.
Yeah.
As a nomad, you're physically moving around. Maybe you can invest in different regional markets more easily.
Exactly. You have this unique vantage point. You might spot opportunities in Southeast Asia while you're there, or Latin America. It lets you potentially benefit from growth in different parts of the world and reduce risk tied to your home country's economy. It mirrors the lifestyle itself.
Which flows nicely into the next big practical piece: banking and managing different currencies. This seems crucial.
Absolutely paramount. Choosing the right bank is key. You need great online and mobile access, obviously. But also, look for banks with extensive global ATM networks. Minimize those withdrawal fees. And critically, low or zero foreign transaction fees. So many nomads get nibbled to death by those little charges every time they use their card abroad.
Oh yeah, those are killers. They add up so fast. Lee Batik mentions digital wallets and multi-currency accounts too, like Wise or Revolut.
Strongly recommends them. He explains they're not just about getting better exchange rates, though that's huge. They let you hold multiple currencies at once, so you can receive euros, hold them as euros, spend them as euros without converting back and forth constantly. Makes transactions smoother, often cheaper. Sometimes you even get perks like cashback. It's making the system work for you.
So it's proactive currency management, not just reactive.
Yes. Beyond just avoiding fees, it's maybe timing your conversions strategically if you think a currency is likely to weaken or strengthen. Using those multi-currency accounts almost like a hedge. He even touches on using basic Forex ideas for your own benefit, like being your own mini treasurer on a global scale.
Okay, that's a lot on the financial mechanics.
Right.
But Lee Batik also talks about the human side, right? Networking.
Hugely important. Connecting with other nomads isn't just social. It's a massive source of collaboration opportunities, direct client referrals, and just practical real-world advice like, hey, avoid this bank in Thailand. He stresses being active, not just lurking in online communities like niche Facebook groups or specific forums, and also showing up to in-person meetups, using co-working spaces. That's where deeper connections happen.
And he frames it as building a referral ecosystem. Sounds strategic?
It is. His idea is give value first. Maybe help someone out in an online group, collaborate on a small project without expecting immediate payment, build trust. That often leads organically to high-quality referrals or partnerships, sometimes completely bypassing those crowded freelance platforms. Better rates, better projects.
So building real relationships pays off long term. It's not just transactional.
Exactly. It's about creating a support system, checking in with people, offering help, sharing what you learn. It builds your reputation. You become someone people think of when an opportunity comes up, turns contacts into actual allies.
Okay, but with all this movement, potential instability, different time zones, how do you stay motivated? Keep the financial goals on track?
Lubatik tackles that head on. He's a big advocate for SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. It gives you a concrete roadmap, turns that big, fuzzy, I want nomadic wealth dream into actual steps you can take this week, this month.
And breaking it down, right? Not just having one huge goal.
Yes, breaking large goals into smaller, manageable tasks, and crucially, staying adaptable. Your goals might need to shift. Maybe you fall in love with a place and stay longer, or an unexpected expense pops up. Flexibility and checking in on your goals regularly are key. Keeps you moving forward without feeling totally boxed in.
Celebrating wins seems important too.
Vital. He really emphasizes this. Hit a revenue target. Finish that online course. Just managed a really good work-life balance for a month while traveling. Acknowledge it. Treat yourself. Maybe share the win with your nomad network. It fuels motivation, provides accountability, keeps the energy up.
And finding inspiration in the travel itself.
Yeah.
Using that to fuel the financial side.
Definitely. He suggests really engaging locally, taking time to reflect, journaling insights, even the financial challenges like figuring out a super creative budget in an expensive city or finding a unique local way to earn a bit that can be inspiring. Those experiences teach you entrepreneurial skills that feed right back into your business and your ability to build wealth.
So when you zoom out, Libatik's vision for nomadic wealth, it's really about playing the long game, preparing for a sustainable future.
It is. It requires this mindset shift, doesn't it? Fully embracing both the incredible freedom and the deep financial responsibility that comes with this lifestyle choice.
So what does this all mean for you, whether you're an aspiring or current digital nomad?
I think it means achieving this nomadic wealth. It isn't just some fantasy of endless beaches. It's about deliberate, smart financial planning. It's weaving together the adventure with really savvy money management. It's kind of redefining success, isn't it? Prioritizing those experiences, that personal growth, but doing it on a foundation of solid financial independence.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground. Understanding income, diversifying it, flexible budgeting, getting your head around taxes, that 183-day rule, tax treaties.
Absolutely. And protecting yourself with the right insurance, that crucial emergency fund. Smart banking, managing currencies effectively with things like digital wallets.
And not forgetting the power of community, building that network, that referral ecosystem.
Right. Embracing all these strategies helps you make smarter choices, maximize what you earn, and basically build a future that genuinely aligns with who you are and how you want to live. It makes the whole nomadic journey sustainable and really fulfilling.
Okay, final thought then. If true wealth for a digital nomad is measured in experiences and opportunities, not just dollars and cents, what unique non-financial assets are you currently cultivating in your travels, and how might they become the most valuable part of your nomadic wealth legacy?